Hi, today we are starting with the last lesson of the first module, which is about successful implementation in a digitalization or digital transformation project. And in this first video, we are going to introduce some concepts about collaboration, the co-economy, and how to apply some principles in order to involve and engage and motivate our team or the workforce in order to facilitate the transition to a new procedures and new tools. Okay, so let's start. The learning objective of this lesson is to understand the human aspects of digitalization, including training and upskilling. But why is this important? Because most of the cases when we are introducing a new tool or a new software, we used to focus on the technical aspect or the technology. Okay, so let's implement this technology, and it's going to solve every problem. No, uh, don't don't forget that the softwares are used by people. The processes inside a company are run by persons, and it's key to a successful implementation that we take them into account and that we achieve an alignment between the different levels inside the organization, and that we are able to motivate, train, and prepare them in order to have a successful digital transformation. Okay, so in this lesson we are having four videos. First one is about co-creation, then validation and approval, training, and support. Okay, when dealing with software development, there are some obstacles. There are like 10, 12 obstacles which can cause the project to fail. Okay, in this slide, we are seeing the ones that are related with planning and compliance, like absence of objectives, of goals, or what do we want to achieve, okay, and how do we control it, okay, which KPIs or key performance indications or indicators or metrics are we using to see the track record or the evolution of the project. Then for sure, budget constraints. So the money is finite. It's not unlimited amount of money that we can invest in creating that software or that tool or that solution. Okay, and sometimes we can have some constraints about or related to underfunding or underestimating the total investment that needs to be done. Okay. Then another planning issue, is one of the most typical ones, is unrealistic timelines. Okay, so this pushes the developers to rush the development, having a lot of errors and issues, or even skipping testing or doing a like 2 days test at the end of the sprint or at the end at the last minute, which it's causing errors and issues in the middle or long term. Right? Then there is another problem, cost related to compliance, security breaches, or legal issues, or non being regulatory compliance. And then another one, it's at the moment of migrating or moving from all the systems or the legacy softwares to the new ones, and not taking into account how to integrate, communicate, and migrate data and processes from the old to the new solution. However, as mentioned before, so the main obstacles that are leading to failure are related to people's motivation, communication, and proper training. Okay, so if we don't have people involved since the very beginning, they are going to have a a bigger resistance to change. Okay, so it's important to involve users since the definition and UX UE testing in order to engage them, motivate them, and involve them to encourage change inside the organization. Then, related to this one, it's inadequate communication. If we don't communicate, someone else will do it for us. Okay, in a shape of rumors, misinformation, and a lot of noise that is not good for the company or for the project goal. Okay, and this is normal because people, it's when we talk about we are going to digitize this procedure, or we are going to apply a digitalization to that process in order to be more efficient, or we are going to do a digital transformation to be more efficient, more high tech, and become a better organization. People, the first thing that comes to their minds is, okay, they are going to dismiss me, they are going to fire me. So I feel nervous about a potential job loss, or if I've been working in the same job or in the same position for 10 years, and they're going to implement a new solution here. Probably they are going to move me to another department or to give me other tasks that I haven't done before. Or I don't trust in that solution, or I don't trust in the people or the departments that are promoting that solution. So that emotions arise are difficult to handle. Okay. Then another obstacle, it's once the software have been delivered or it's starting to be implemented, training and onboarding are key aspects, because if we don't train properly our team, they are going to underuse the application, using less features than the potential that has that software. Okay, or they are directly not going to use that software. Okay? And then the other obstacle is an absence of support from leaders, as they need to push and generate traction and achieve that their teams use the new solution. Okay, so one concept that I like to introduce related to the collaboration is the co-economy. It's a stance that we should move from isolated or unilateral development to network collaboration, involving as much people as possible, not as much, sorry, as diverse people as possible. So small groups, but with different point of views, different experiences that can enrich in the solution. Okay, and which principles are leading with the co-economy? It's encourage user-driven design and also making decisions, open innovation, okay, open source, open APIs, exchange knowledge between different companies and departments and people, and also encouraging diverse perspectives and resources to enable faster and smarter solutions, and enhancing ecosystem thinking. We will see in the fourth module, which is about the skills. We will learn something else about systems thinking, but it's very interesting how every element it's interrelated between them, and how some action that we are doing in a part of the system is affecting direct or indirectly other area, and how to deal with its environment. Okay, the core elements from a co-economy, they are coming from cooperation and collaboration, and some techniques or some concepts that are arising from that co-economy. It's, for example, to mixing cooperation with your competitors, it's coming to competition, where we can cooperate with our competitors for our sector benefit for the future, and also for the for the users, and also from a financial perspective, there can be synergies or joints between competitors with a common goal, with benefits for both sides. Okay, and then it's the co-creation. It comes from collaboration plus creation, which means to co-create or create something together with our stakeholders, users, customers, teammates from our departments, etc. In software development, now we are focusing on co-creation. Okay, we are not going to learn about co-opetition, but it's also an interesting point of view. Okay, so let's start with co-creation in the next. See you in the next video. Thanks.